Ah, yes. Remember Tom when he was young?
Who was that masked man?
So the weather is really kind of yucky, isn't it?
It is that, Jack, but remember, you can always say that the rain is good for the wheat. We do have a little bit of rain falling, possibility of some fog, patchy in the early morning hours. We'll come back and talk about that right after this.
We'll have more on the sports right after the weather.
Hey, Mike, Jim, up to you now.
That really makes me feel good. You probably know I'm quite a soccer fan.
I've only been listening to it for, what, 2 years?
About that long, right? Well, it's 37 degrees and the Wings did win. Humidity 93%, southeasterly winds at 18 miles an hour. The barometric pressure 29.72 and falling. And we did pick up about 0.25 of an inch precipitation in the Wichita area. Well, the frontal system continues to push southward. Cold air is limited to the eastern sections of the U.S., so we're going to get the residual southeasterly wind flow over much of Kansas now, even though we're under the influence of high pressure. We're looking for this warm front to drift slowly eastward, so after frontal passage tomorrow, we should get a little bit of a breathing spell with temperatures, even though the fronts are in our area coming up just a bit. Now, we are looking at quite cold temperatures for the north-central part of the U.S. The early morning low temperature was 26 degrees below zero in northern portions of Minnesota. We had teens and 20s reported throughout this area. Then as you move southward, a big change in temperature patterns, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Once you get below the cold front, we run into the 80-degree range, and the national high today was in southern portions of Texas with about 90. We do have some scattered areas of showers and a few thunderstorms in the southwest. This patch of precipitation will very probably move up over the top of the frontal surface during the next 12 hours, and we'll be talking about that in just a moment. Across the state today, we had 48 degrees in the southeastern corner of Kansas at Coffeyville for the high. Wichita high was 44 after the early morning low of 27. 44 also at Hutchinson. Readings were mostly in the 40s over much of the western part of the state, but we did have a rather cool 19 degrees reported at Russell early this morning for the low temperature among the early morning readings. And of course, we are expecting some fog, which has already developed out in western portions of the state, to develop in the central regions as that cold air sort of drifts down and just lays over the lower levels of the atmosphere. Now, a forecast map for about this time tomorrow night will show that although we're under the influence of a couple of high-pressure ridges, we are also under the influence of a very, very weak push of cool air. So we're going to have cloudiness over a good portion of the northern part of the state, and then precipitation, which should be pretty well limited to the extreme northeastern sections of our 10-state area, snow in the north and rain in the south, a few areas of scattered snow flurry activity throughout the western portions of Colorado, and just general cloudiness throughout that region. So overall, not a bad period for the central part of the state. Forecast for our south central Kansas area, we're going to be looking for cloudy and cool with periods of patchy fog early tomorrow morning. Southeasterly winds, low temperature 32 degrees. Then for tomorrow, cloudy with a few sprinkles in the morning, becoming cloudy to partly cloudy in the afternoon, and mostly partly cloudy by tomorrow night. Northwesterly winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow's high should be a fairly pleasant 48 degrees. The 5-day outlook, let's extend that a little bit. Partly cloudy on Thursday with a high of 52. On Friday, 55 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Chance of some showers early in the morning on Saturday as a new frontal system moves on by. Cloudy in the afternoon with a high of about 42. Then partly cloudy again on Sunday with a high of 55. We're looking for partly cloudy skies on St. Patrick's Day with a good chance of the temperature coming up to about 60 for the parade.
Our chances of snow are just about over for this season, right?
Just about, except for some light snow is possible in the northern half of the state.
Okay, Jim.